Da-da-da. Hey, there we go. All right. Okay. So, the United States government is bat stuff crazy, and it's not my fault because I didn't vote for this stuff. FAFO sunshine, not my fault. But you other guys that did vote for this is all on you. I'm just smiling, eating my popcorn, and trying to survive. And I hope you go bankrupt. Or have to file for bankruptcy, or lose your job, or become disabled. I really don't care at this point. All I'm trying to do is find a job, and you able-bodied goobers, because you're a bunch of snowflakes, so I've got to edit this, or edit what I say and make sure I don't cuss. You able-bodied goobers that did vote for this is all your fault. And you are the same goober ones that say that nobody wants to work, but yet I'd love to have a job. But because of what you voted for and who you put in office, and the rolling back of the ADA and the DEI, sorry, I went dyslexic for a second. DEIA, you guys get growly and raise a stink when we raise a stink, when all we're trying to flap and do is survive. So it's gotten to the point, and I realize this isn't very nice to say, but I'm not using any cuss words. All you able-bodied goober heads need to get hit by a car and survive so that you can become disabled and realize what kind of cluster flop you voted for. And I still haven't cussed yet. Ha! All I want to do is work, and you guys are rolling back things that would actually support someone that wants to be a worker like me, because you're screaming like, if you have to have an accommodation, you can't be in the workforce. Well, you able-bodied goober heads don't even want the job, so don't even give me that. Because the job that I had previously was a frontline customer service representative for a credit card company. Nobody goes to school for that. Nobody's proud of that. It was a job that I was happy to have, and then the company went on me, and I got burned. But you guys don't want that job because you can't handle getting screamed at. And Red, this isn't aimed at you because you're a frontline customer service agent with what you do at your job. So you have to deal with these able-bodied goobers yourself. So good on you. You're not one of the people that I classify as an able-bodied goober. I'm going to check with my wife here during my stream and make sure that my stream is live. The hell is this? Oh. Looks like everything's good. I don't have any alarm bells going off. But seriously, guys, all I want to do is work. I've got multiple years of customer service at frontline getting screamed at. And people say I'm not qualified for a frontline customer service job. Come on. People just don't want to hire us because we're disabled. That's all it is. And then the second that we call you guys on that, your feelings get hurt. So suck it up. Your legs work better than mine. Let's go. And I still haven't cussed yet. I'm still trying to get that box.gg to work. It's not going according to plan, but what are you going to do? I'm at 64 followers now. I'm doing my darndest to get more, just because since I'm having trouble getting a job, guys got to eat and all that stuff. thank God that I still have my Social Security disability, even you able bodied goobers that voted for the current clusterfuck flop. I didn't say it. Current cluster flop are all about getting rid of that. And then the second that we call you on it, you get your feelings hurt. Suck it up. Anyway, I'm rambling today and I'm sorry. It just, the human population as a whole makes my head hurt because you guys don't think this stuff through. As somebody with a disability, we've got to constantly think stuff through and be prepared for the worst. And then you guys laugh at us because you tell us that the worst isn't going to happen, and then things start going sideways, and then you say that, well, life's not fair. Well, the second we call you on it, you're like, but that's not fair. But yet, whenever we say that, you say, well, that's how it is. That's why we have to fight the way that we fight, is because you guys actually don't give a hoot about, I'll say, fair play. All I want's a job, and I want to be able to provide for my family and be able to buy some cool stuff once in a while. And you guys are just you guys. That's it. That's all there is to it. But fellas, you guys that are just, you make my head hurt. That's all there is to it. All we want to do is work, and all you want to do is get in the way. Because you would think that you'd want to help any human that wants to better themselves, because that's what the Bible says. Help your fellow man. And you guys are a long ways away from that. Anyway, like I said, all we're doing is trucking the best we can, and you guys keep throwing roadblocks in our way. I'm still trying to do the Pokemon card thing. Haven't had a chance to buy anything yet because it's been a little hard to come by. My wife is awesome, though. I hit the wrong button. I'm hoping to buy some Lorcana cards here pretty soon. I want to get that boxed GG thing working, and we'll see what happens there. Because if that site actually does what it says it does, it's pretty cool. And I think that'd be pretty wicked, but I don't know how reliable that is yet. I'm still trying to get it to roll. So we'll see. But we're pretty much moved into where we're living now. I've got my final computer part that I'm going to go pick up tomorrow, which is, I'm pretty pumped about that. I had to get a power source because I was a gooberhead and didn't make it all the way through my checklist like I should have done. But what are you going to do? Ah. Here we go. What's this one? Oh, hey, that will take that. That's a win. And I'm not gonna fire up the screen sharing thing because doing that on my laptop it gets mad. So we'll just have to see what happens there. That's not gonna work. Okay. There we go. Ugh. I still want to send off all my cards that I'm wanting to get things squared away. We'll have to see what happens there. Oh, hey, I got people on. Hold on. And I've been rambling like a goober. Ah! Okay. There's another guy that I've got on my stream whose name is Legendary. It's just like, but I got Red there, and then I got a new guy that I don't know. What do you mean by that, boss? Is that directed at me or just in general? And I'm talking to the guy that just posted in my chat. Is that a general statement or is that directly aimed at me? We'll have to see what he does here. How I'm going to take your statement until you correct me. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were commenting on my previous statements in my stream that I just made about how able-bodied people are not being very smart right now, and all that I want to do as a guy with a disability is have a steady job, and accommodations aren't a bad thing. So I thought you were commenting on what I stated previously when you said we all fall from our standards every now and again. I thought that was directly aimed at me. I wasn't sure how to take that. That's why I asked that question. And hello, Red. How are you? Hope all is well. Ah. So I'm just going to outright ask you, can I ask who you voted for? And if you're comfortable with answering that question, are you comfortable who you voted for at this point with everything that's transpired at this time? Oh, boy, are you lucky. That's where me and my wife would love to end up, is somewhere outside the United States, because right now it's a mess here in the US of A. It is an outright mess, and it's getting worse. And I appreciate your support and dropping in on my stream. Thank you. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna say UK guy because I think my mess is bigger than your mess. Because at least you guys got Johnson out of there. But is the guy that you have in there a lot worse, or is he the same, or what do you got going on right now, if I may ask? So, what would you call a mess? Like, what do you have going on in your country that you're just like, ugh? Because for me specifically, um, the fact that that our oh boy. So, what do you got going on in your neck of the woods? Do you have a specific country that's the problem, or do you just like what do you got going on? Do you have a specific country that is your biggest immigration problem, or is it a region, or like what do you got going on there? Clear. Oh, so they're putting your uh, they're putting the immigrants up in hotels before they find them homes, and just so I make sure I'm understanding correctly. So how long do they get to stay in those four-star hotels? Like, or what's the time frame? That kind of thing. I guess is my next question. And what is your? I guess another question I have is, what is the country that's your biggest issue? Oh, geez. No, but what I'm asking is, are they coming from Syria, uh, Iran, or Iraq? Like, where's the majority of your immigration coming from? Really? That's kind of interesting. I honestly was thinking that you were going to say so, like some Middle Eastern country. So all the French residents are booking over to the UK. Why are they booking over to the UK? Like, what's going on in their country that they're running over there across the channel? Okay. And I don't mean to be asking any really stupid questions. I'm not trying to sound stupid, but uh, I'm just a. Oh, okay. So they don't even want to work when they get over there, huh? Just because I gotta shout out to one of my biggest supporters. Red, you left for work yet? You still there? Oh boy, there's three now. Holy cow. So, okay. Um, do you guys have an immigration system like what we do, where we have, for lack of a better term, just to kind of stay on an even playing field here? Do you guys have immigration agents like what we do in America, where they're running around and rounding people up? Or what do you guys have over there? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, uh, he did, but I was just curious to like what your immigration system consists of over there. Do you have uh, agents running around in your country for your country, rounding people up that aren't supposed to be there, or are they just kind of letting them ride? I guess is my question. Oh no, 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 no. See, you're not overstepping anything because you're being. Hey, there's my wife. Hi, wife. Uh, um. Okay. This is the kind of things that I want to talk about on Soapbox, because one, I want to learn, and oh boy, you're not overstepping at all. You're not overstepping at all. Um, I just want to understand. I'm trying to be I guess I'm trying to be a nice American, and because Americans as a whole don't look very good right now, and I'm trying to understand other people's viewpoints and where other countries are coming from, and maybe other countries have better ideas on how to handle stuff. And just because uh, I cover a lot of things. So how's your Pokemon sourcing over in the United Kingdom? Do you guys have a lot of Pokemon cards over there? Hard to come by? What do you got? Because right now we call them scalpers here in America, guys that go buy a whole bunch of card stuff, and you got guys like me that buy an occasional pack here and there, and you got guys that'll buy out a whole damn store and kind of take all the fun out of that. Do you have that where you're at, or do you do much Pokemon carding in your neck of the woods, or like collecting trading card games, that kind of thing? So, what the Pokemon card scalpers or trading card scalpers will do is they will go buy out a supply at a store, and then they will go resell it on eBay here in the United States, or on Facebook Marketplace for an ungodly amount. Oh, okay, that guy. Do you sports cards at all? Or anything like, because that's another thing I like to talk about on my channel. Oh, all right. Well, no worries then. I was just making conversation. Pokemon, uh, Pokemon, like this thing. Whoops. Let's get in front of the camera. Uh, this is what I'm also trying to be. I'll say, get my hands dirty in is finding good cards to buy, sell, and that kind of stuff. How old is your lad? I'll say, just so we're staying on the same page and don't confuse each other. So, is that your grandson, if I may ask? Oh, okay. How old is your youngest son? Ah, well, okay. Just to give you a heads up here, you might have already known this, at least in America anyway. Your son lost his brain about the age of 15 and probably isn't going to get it back till he's 25. At least that's how it is in America. We're dumber than, as males, we're dumber than a post in that time frame. And, hi, you have a good day at work, Red. Have a good one. Um, and American males are dumber than a post from the age of 15 to 25. I don't know how it is in your country, but in our neck of the woods, it's uh, we ain't very smart. Hey, I have followers that know each other. Yay! Now, if only I can get like a couple hundred people on my stream, that'd be great. Then I can start doing those super chats that I have no idea on how to do. I'm still trying to figure that out. Just saying. But I will get there. We will get there, and yeah. Oh, you seem pretty well put together to me, sir. Whoops. I'm still trying to figure out this streaming thing because I'm trying to be if my laptop would not be dumb, I'm trying to be a content creator just because getting a job with in America as a guy with a disability is it's tough. 1, 2, or 3. Uh, I'll go 2. I picked 2. I picked 2. I have cerebral palsy. So how I explain it, in case you don't know, cerebral palsy is a neurological thing, and I explain it as uh, I'm a walking Verizon guy, so I can feel pain, but sometimes my legs don't do what I tell them to. So that's when I say "Hey, can you hear me now?" And I'll look down at my legs and go, "Not really." That's how I explain my disability. Is I can feel pain, but sometimes my legs don't do what I tell them to, and my balance is horrible. Ah, there's Red. Red was the guy that got me got me 250 followers, and he's awesome. No, I get you're all good, boss. It's not. Um, I'm one of those guys with a physical disability that's not scared to talk about it because, at least in America here, you've got adults out there with children that, for lack of a better term, think all disabilities are contagious. Like, I'll have parents guide their children away from me, even though the kid has questions, and the mom and dad are like, "No, no, shh, just go this way." And if I have enough time, I will talk to the child and basically take the legs out from under the parent and explain to them why I've got my walker. Let's go where? Yeah, that way. That thing. I had to figure out which side of the camera I was on. I went backwards for a second. And the way I explain my disability to kids is I have a permanent set of training wheels so that I don't fall over. And that tends to go over pretty well. Although it's been an interesting situation on more than one occasion where I'll have the little kid that goes, "Yeah, I don't want to get rid of my training wheels either." And so that leads into a more in depth conversation of, well, but you need to get rid of your training wheels on your bike so that you can go faster. I haven't had that happen in a while, but you do have it happen once in a while where a kid will ask more questions after the first one, and then you just got to go with it. But I'm totally okay with it. I'm not scared to talk about my disability. It's all good. Uh, my my wife and I, we are the dynamically disabled duo because she is also disabled. But yeah, so we had T-shirts made and everything. But it's pretty cool. Ah, thank you, honey. That's that. Hold on. Okay. So I slipped up there. There we go. That is where'd he go? There. Yeah, that's my wife right there. Ah, no fear, buddy. I ain't gonna light you up for anything. Fire away. Give me your best shot. Come on. Ain't no scared for. Ain't no reason to be scared. See, I'm one of the smarter Americans that you've talked to because I know that you guys call soccer football. So I know that already. And but the only time that I watch soccer is during the World Cup. You couldn't hit the broadside of a guy in a walker. Sorry, I had to go there. That's my go-to thing when I have the opening to be a smart mouth, or sometimes when I have to make a fellow American look like a goober. I will open with the, "Oh, shut up. You're just jealous of my handicap parking sticker. And if you're that jealous of my handicap parking sticker, I'll push you down the stairs so you can get your own." And then when I usually have to drop that line, they're, "Well, that's not fair." And then I'll just look down at my legs and then I'll be like, then I will say, yeah, let's talk about not fair. And then they're just, So, yeah, give me your best shot, buddy. I ain't scared. Bring it on. Plus, if you have a good enough burn or a good enough shot, I can use it on my next show and be like, this guy's a flapping legend. How many years were you in the service, sir? Holy cow. 20 years. See, but one comical thing I've got for you is I was born with my disability at birth, or obviously, uh, but so that is all over my medical records that I've got what I've got. But yet, when I was getting close to graduating high school and graduating college, I still got called by military recruiters going, "Hey, you should join," and it was like, guys, I can't. Oh, we'll fix our records. Have a good day. Goodbye. Yeah, but there was one time where I had the same recruiter called me in about a 2 week period, and in hindsight, I wish I'd set up a home visit and tried to get free stuff. But as it was, I was nice and I gave the guy a break and went, "You talked to me last week. I told you I had a disability, and you're calling me again. Fix your stuff." But I would have served if I could have. But uh, science here in America is they're like, science is bad. Stem cell research is bad, and so that's kind of why my my disability, or yeah, I'll say my disability hasn't been able to change much. Yeah. Well, the only way I'm fast is if I'm going downhill. That's the only way I'm fast. Or if my wife is pushing me across the mall. Um, me sitting on the back of my walker, because the mall that we normally go to is a linoleum floor, and in my walker back that way, back there. I can't point. I can roll like a champ. What branch? Army. You guys have Marines over there too, yeah? So you guys are like America, Army, Navy, and Marines, and Air Force. Ah, ah, oh, nice. Okay. That's one of the military jobs that I'll never be able to wrap my head around, is the guys that voluntarily jump out of planes and use a parachute. It's like, I couldn't do that. I'd want to do it once, but I'd be one of those chicken skydivers and be up in the plane and be like, okay, let's go back down. I'm not okay. Because my actual first, I'll say, airplane ride where we went somewhere, it was kind of funny because one of the times we rode on a plane in that day, it was a Prius with wings. I mean, it was one of those 6-seater propeller airplane Prius with wings, and there was some turbulence, and my cerebral palsy went into overdrive, and my wife kept having to hold me into my seat because my legs were just going bonkers. It was funny as hell. Ah. Yeah, yeah, it was nuts. Although since I got over my fear of flying, I'm all about doing it again. But we want to end up somewhere outside of the United States. Hopefully, we'll end up somewhere over in Europe because we need to get away from the Cheeto. That's the executive commander of the United States. Uh, oh yeah, it was 8 seats, but still, it was creepy. And there was turbulence, and there's just, and it was loud. It was a loud airplane. Well, okay, if you want to call it that. I'd stick with the for a little bit there when we first took off. I was scared stuffless, and I'm gonna say stuffless because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, and I want to keep my stuff going up, and I want to keep my views going up, and I don't want to get in trouble. So I was scared stuffless. So, what part of the UK are you from, sir? Okay, hold on. North, east. Okay, so Scotland area. I'm just gonna test my geography here. Feel free to laugh at the American. Was I close? I don't think you're in Scotland, but I'm gonna say you're maybe just outside of Scotland. Or sorry, Ireland. Holy shit! Here I thought I was smart, and then I said something stupid like that. Ah, okay. So I'm not a total moron. Yeah. Woo! I can be a geographical smart person every once in a while. It just doesn't happen very often because you're talking to him. I'm one of those Americans that is distracted by shiny things once in a while. Ooh, look, quarter. I thought they were still okay. I'm asking a stupid question, so I apologize. I thought they were still part of the United Kingdom, or did they secede? Because I still thought they were still attached to the United Kingdom because I've watched your parliamentarian uh, channel every once in a while. What's that? I thank you. I don't think I've done. Uh, I've watched your the parliamentarian channel every once in a while. Let's see. Ah, okay. I wasn't sure. And like I said, I didn't mean to ask a dumb question. It's the only way we learn. But yeah, I've watched your guys' government channel on BBC on more than one occasion, and it seems like you guys at least vote on more stuff and get more stuff done. And the one thing I like about your government is you guys have the ability to hold snap elections if somebody's doing something stupid, and you can try to get them the heck out of Dodge. We can't do that here. Uh, the Americans aren't that smart. I wish we were, but we're not that smart. Okay. All right. See, you learn something interesting every day. Interesting. So, what time is it in your neck of the woods right now, sir? Ugh. Oh boy. You should. You probably got to work tomorrow, yeah? Oh dear. What do you do for a living, sir? Yay! So, what's the retirement age in your neck of the woods? Uh, oh, cat. So you were special forces then? Wowzers. I get you. Well, I tip my cap to you, sir. You're a butt kicker in my book. So I'm just gonna ask you because, like I said, I'm a dumb American. So were you SAS? Let's see how spot on I can be here. Oh, second. Okay. I'm trying to think historically. Um, so I'm testing my historical knowledge. Did you guys get your start as the Red Devils in uh, the invasion of Normandy? Then I'm kind of grabbing at straws to see if I test and see if I know what I'm. Oh, kick at. Oh, sweet. I caught myself. I almost cussed. That's pretty epic. So um, I'm gonna ask because my other guy that I'm usually talking to that's on his way to work now, he's out of the Philippines. The guy I was calling Red. You ever been to America, boss? So what part of America were you in? Like, where'd you go? Oh, okay. So you were in a warm part of the country. So, what do you guys get for snowstorms in your neck of the woods? Or do you guys even get snow in your neck of the woods? Because I remember a couple years back when you guys had to start buying air conditioners, because things got toasty for you guys. Whereas here where I'm at, the hottest I've ever seen it get is about 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and I don't know what that is Celsius. And then the coldest I've ever seen it get was at negative 32 Fahrenheit. I don't care who you are, that's cold. And that was in the height of COVID when work from home started. So that was fun. See, at least in your neck of the woods, they'll acknowledge it. In our neck of the woods, people in charge are like, "It doesn't happen. It's not real." Well, yeah. Because we've had it happen in the wintertime in our neck of the woods. It got up to 70 degrees Fahrenheit for like a day or two every once in a while. And then it goes to the other extreme. So, you know, goober heads that are saying that climate change isn't happening. And yeah, it is. I see. Well, it's actually been really interesting talking to you, sir. I will be on tomorrow. I'll be going live again. I'm going to try to do more consistent live so that I can drive up my following. But it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Um, and thank you for signing on, wifey. So now I have a guy from the UK, I have a guy from the Philippines, and then I'm here in the US of A, keeping my head down with the Chester Cheeto crazy man that we have in charge in our country. Uh, but you have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, sir. Have a good one. Happy retirement.